What is up, YouTube? All right, so we got to talk about it. I just to let you guys know, I have not watched the Switch 2 direct or whatever, but I am going to mention something obviously that I've seen and the uproar. Let's face it. So a lot of you, I think, are very angry because you didn't think Nintendo would do this to you. You didn't think they would raise the prices on the games. You didn't think they'd, what was the other rumor I heard? That supposedly the games are going to be like PlayStation and Xbox, where the whole game might not actually be on the cart. You're going to have to download some stuff. I think that's what one of the biggest uproars right now is that people can't believe Nintendo is going to do this to them. I think the hugest one was games getting up to $70, $80. And I'm not saying this to be rude to some people, but what did you guys expect was going to happen? Did you think that Nintendo was just going to hold back? No, they are just like any other company. In fact, a lot of times that's why Nintendo has stayed so alive throughout these years, is doing greedy stuff. Just the same as any other company. They're not any different, guys. I know sometimes I think nostalgia blinds us, but that's how it is. So the other thing that I was seeing was we've noticed this before with the Switch when it first came out, re-releasing games from the system before, remasters, or just simply porting them to the next console. So like a big one I can think of, they've done it for years. So we had Twilight Princess on the GameCube and then on the Wii, and then we had the same with like recently with Breath of the Wild. It was on the Wii U and then ported also to the Switch. And a lot of the greatest hits that were on the Wii U were actually ported to the Switch. In fact, the only games really I play on my Switch were at one time on the Wii U. So that was the other thing I was hearing about, is these people were getting a little bit of an uproar. Let's see, for the footage of the scene. And that's the other thing, is the frame rate is still not that good. Resolution is still not going to be that insane. But yeah, that's just... The other thing was, I think it was John Riggs, he made a statement saying that, that's just the price for now. They will go down eventually, I think it was what I saw on Facebook. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But it's not. That's not how Nintendo works, guys. I believe, I should look it up here. I should have looked it up beforehand. But I believe if you go to Walmart and try and buy Mario Odyssey right now, you're still going to almost play full price. And it's a launch title for the Switch. It might have gone down a little bit now, but I swear, man, some of them launch titles are still full price at Walmart and stuff, for retail prices. And they came out when the Switch came out. So if you're holding out on Nintendo to drop some prices on that, I don't think so. Somebody I was reading on one of these Reddit says, the frustrating part is it doesn't really matter how long you wait. The discounts for Nintendo stuff is pretty weak. And it is. They do not discount anything. I mean, granted, the online play and online membership and stuff like that is usually pretty low. It's not very expensive compared to, say, Game Pass and stuff like that. But online and stuff like that, your best bets for buying is, as of right now, is like indie games and stuff. Those are the cheapest stuff you can buy on the online store. Otherwise, you're paying just as much for the physical copy as you are for the digital. In fact, it'd be cheaper to buy the physical because you could just buy a used copy of the game. Like I said, the only other big thing I heard of was that, like I said, the huge thing was like Mario Kart World and stuff was going to start coming out with $80 is how much. And that's more than PlayStation and Xbox, guys. And somebody was telling me earlier, they're making the Switch to... no pun intended, but making the Switch to, selling carts with not the whole game on them. And then you're going to have to download the rest of the game. That was the same thing that you guys were all talking crap about with Xbox and PlayStation. I wish I could look it up to make sure that this, what I've heard, is correct. A launch price of $450. Somebody was trying to tell me that they were only thinking it was going to be like $350 or something like that, and it's like, nope, they went all out. Okay, so the Switch 2 cost 50% more than the original Switch retailed for. That was a big selling point for the original Switch, was it was the cheaper option. Nintendo announced new games selling for record prices. Record prices, guys. The prices for the Switch 2 and newly announced games sparked confusion as Nintendo did not announce the cost during an hour-long presentation. The Switch 2 will release in June, coming up. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to get into political stuff, but they're thinking that it's jumping up in price because of the tariffs and stuff. Visuals are better, but it's only 1080p screens and the possibility of playing in 4K. This is a new console being released, and there's only a possibility of playing in 4K. I can't find exactly what, and I'm not going to sit here and let you guys watch me just stare off to the side, but I want to know your opinions in the comments below. Somebody did ask me, earlier if I was going to do a video about this. A lot of you know that I'm not a huge Switch fan myself. I actually enjoy the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X over it, and it's been that way for many generations of console wars. I haven't really enjoyed the Switch, or I haven't really enjoyed a Nintendo console that much since the 64. And don't get me wrong, I played the heck out of my Switch. We played Mario Party, Mario Kart, Family Feud and stuff like that, but we mostly only play party games. I'm not a huge handheld gamer, so you guys can hold that against me. That's a lot of the limiting factor in this is I'm not a huge fan of handheld gaming, and that's the big selling point for the Switch. But I just don't know. I mean, obviously it's gonna sell, guys. Everybody loves it. I'm not gonna, I've said that before, that everybody loves this console. Nintendo's never going away, probably. It's here to stay, and yes, this console will probably win this console war, and it's whatever. You guys want to brag about that, you want to whatever, it's whatever. I'm having fun with my Xbox and my PS5, and you guys are having fun with your Nintendo Switch and your soon-to-be Switch 2s. But that's just it. It's nothing. Oh, the other thing I heard, supposedly in order to stop scalpers from purchasing the games, or purchasing the consoles beforehand to obviously sell for more, they are making it a requirement that you have to have you've had to have 12 months of online or the expansion pack, and then on top of that, I think you had to have like 50 hours of gameplay to buy the console or pre-order it from Nintendo itself. So let me know if that's true in the comments below. But I honestly want to know what you guys think about this. Are you guys excited for the Switch 2? Once again, don't hold it against me that I'm not excited at all. I don't actually plan on probably buying one, if I ever want to buy one, for years. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is going to be a huge issue with the price hike, or do you think that it's not going to hold, nobody's going to hold it against Nintendo? I know there's a lot of people out there that are angry about it. Like I said, I saw Riggs make a post on Facebook about people in a huge throwing fits about it, and then he's just, tried to talk him down. But I want to know what you guys think, so make sure you comment below. Are you going to pre-order a Switch 2? Are you planning on getting a Switch 2? Let me know, guys. So, as always, stay retro, my friends, and we will see you in the next video, guys. God bless.